Well, good day, tubes. Welcome to Bill Question Answer. What number are we? 24. 12 and 12 is 24. Holy cow, 24 of them already. So we are going to go start May 26th. And this is from Austin and no subject. Okay, so Austin's asking, what is your favorite thing to do in free time? Please play more Gold Rush game from Austin Zeman. Favorite thing to do? Well, I don't get a whole lot of spare time. You know, work, come home, dinner stuff, try to do some editing, whatever, you know, doing videos like this kind of stuff again. There's not a whole lot of extra time after that. By the time I get done rendering and stuff and getting it all uploaded, it's, you know, time for bed. So back at her again. So if I did have free time, I don't know. I like mowing. Got lots of that to do, so I'll jump on the mower or something, help the neighbor with hers, or of course do ours here. What else would I do in my free time? Sometimes we just, like on a Sunday afternoon or something when I'm not doing anything. Like today we went for a fairly long drive, like a 3-hour one way, 3-hour another way. It was like 6 hours of driving today. And hence why I'm in the basement right now, because it's like 35 degrees, feels like 42 out there Celsius today. That's like stupid. So it was nice being in the truck all day where it was nice and cold. And I was like, oh, I better do my question and answer video. And I'm like, oh, I'm just sitting out here in the chair and I'm sweating. I'm like, no, we're not doing it outside today or in the shed or anything. So I like driving too, you know, driving around different places, seeing different things around the Ontario here. It's not too much that I haven't kind of seen, but we've seen a few different things today I haven't seen like ever. So that's magical button. I gotta go down a little bit there. Okay, so Gold Rush. Tried Gold Rush again there a while ago, and I don't know, I just couldn't get into it. I don't know what it was, but maybe I'll try again and see what happens. But thanks, Austin, for sending that in. May 26th again, and this is from, let me find a name here, James. Oh, this is a long one. A long fella. Greetings from the UK. Glad you seem happy cracking on with the tubes and doing your projects. Always enjoyed your videos. Have been watching you do the trailer project and always think back to, well, how well that leaf trailer collector worked. It works really good. I like to set up like that. I like a setup like that. The mount field we use doesn't pick up that well, and we use it for our caravan pitches. I don't know if that's right, but that's what it says. Anyways, if we did something similar, we could pick up the horse poo in the paddocks we have for a livery business. I don't know if it would do that. My setup would do that too well. It wouldn't have. Got pretty good suction, but it might not like those chunks going through, if you know what I mean, because it's only got a plastic impeller on that vacuum fan thing, right? So we need a proper tractor really, though. Currently a hydrostatic mount field. We have a Valmet Valtra medium-sized tractor, if I said that right, for the big stuff, to do big mowing that doesn't collect grass. Have you seen the channel Machinery Restorer? I don't really watch that channel much, but I've seen some of the videos that come up on the feed and stuff, whatever you call that, like just on the recommended stuff. The same guy has a Daggerwind channel. The gamer guy. Okay, he restores mowers and ride-ons. Might be interesting to your viewers. They are kind of an interesting video, but he just kind of shows you like rubbing stuff and it's clean, and all of a sudden it's been painted, and I mean, that's all right, but a little explanation. I like the explanation part of it too, right? I don't think he ever talks in those videos, if it's the same what I'm thinking about. So here's an interesting question. Don't mind if you think it's private and you don't want to read out. Do you guys go to church? Well, we used to, and then we kind of stopped for quite a while, and then kind of all this COVID stuff hit, and then nobody's really been back to church here at all. So do you guys go to church? Kind of along the lines of business and talking point. I've never actually used any of that. I'm not a minister or a priest or anything. Oh, something is bothering my nose again. I'm not a minister or a priest or anything, so I don't generally use that knowledge, we'll say, out in the cemetery. They hire people, priests and ministers from the different church organizations to do that. So I'm going to tell you what, they make pretty good money, honestly. But anyways, and that's from James. So yeah, off and on with church, not really lately as of I don't know, we were kind of in between churches too, and I don't know, you like something about this church, but then you don't like these parts of it, and then they're all different too, right? It's hard to get used to kind of one thing, so we kind of strayed away from it. Anyways, thanks James for sending that in. Let's see, May 26th again. This is from, well, I don't know. It doesn't say a name. Anyways, good day, Bill. Jim. Oh, there it is. Sorry, Jim, I didn't read far enough. Jim from New Jersey. More of a comment. What you need for Farm Sim is a crop duster plane. Now, that would be cool. That would be kind of cool. I'm going to have to look for that because that would be pretty interesting to come on our field and then up before the hill takes you out, right? At the very end. So, I'll have to look for that. Good idea, Jim. Actually, just a minute. I'm at my computer here now. Let's look up on my fs19.net is where I go. Now, if you notice, I'm looking way up. Yeah, that's my screen. My screen is literally like a 50 some odd inch screen here. Anyways, it's because I'm getting old and I can't see anything. That's probably why I can't see anything. Okay, sorry. Crop duster. Don't know if they exist for this game. Well, there's one. There is one, an AT602 crop duster. Well, might be worth a shot. We'll maybe fire that up for next week. Customizable and colors, includes the body. How on earth do you get that home? Fully customizable indication. Cool. It seems like there's quite a bit of stuff. Okay, well, I'm going to download that and install that, and we'll try that for next Saturday. Crop duster. There we go. Okay. So thanks, Jim, for sending that in. And thank you for sending that in. Okay, so next one here, May 26th. It'll work for me. This is from James. To explain, oh, this is from, oh my goodness. Hang on a sec, texting. I don't know why people don't know when I'm doing videos. Okay, so, from James here. To explain what I meant at the end of my email, I wondered if you went to church, and I thought it would be a good question, as the graveyard would have many discussions about life and death and the meaning of it all. No, I don't generally get into people with that. I try to... People come and talk to me out there. People that don't know the YouTube stuff, you know, just, that's the guy that works at the cemetery, blah, blah, blah. They're like drawn to me for some reason. I think it's the beard. I really think it's the beard. It's definitely something to do with the beard, because if I shave it off and I look like 10 years younger, people leave me alone. It's weird. It happens like that all the time. So I just honestly leave the beard on. I'm getting off your question here, but I leave the beard on just to keep the sun mostly off my face as much as I can. And it's nice and warm in the winter, although it's getting kind of too warm now. But anyways. So no, I generally don't do that stuff with people out there because I don't want to give them, I'm going to say, false hopes, because I really don't know what it's all about either, right? I can't start spieling on about this and that and this and that, and oh, you should believe in this and that and this and that. And it's like, because I don't know. I don't know myself, so I can't really, you know, I like to only tell things that I know about and that I'm pretty confident that I'm sure that are right. But stuff like that, I don't want to leave someone in the wrong path, right? So, but anyways, it says, well, it'd be fun to hear back from you, Bill. I don't contact many YouTubers. Well, you contacted me, so that is awesome. All right, thanks, James, for sending that in. A little clarification there. Next one, May 26th, from Bruce Jacobs. This is Bruce from Minnesota. Have you had to go down and open the gate to let someone out after you lock up? We usually take a tour around. Now that our hours have changed, people are getting used to them now, but we'd have either me or Dylan will say, well, either drive around and make sure, see if there's anybody back there and tell them, okay, we're going to be closing in 5 minutes. And most people are pretty good. Oh, okay, we're almost done. And then one of us waits at the gate, you know, to not let other ones in, because that's usually what happens. You do drive around and, oh yeah, okay, nobody's back there. And as soon as you almost get to the front, someone else comes in. It's like, oh my goodness. So we gotta stick to the hours, right? That's what I've been told. So, but the odd time, for some weird reason, last year we drove around, nobody there, all good, locked it up. I see on the camera someone come up to the gate and then backed up, and I wasn't out there. This is like, oh, probably like 2.5 hours after we closed at 6 p.m. So like, it's kind of weird. And then this person parked in front of my garage down there, left their vehicle there all night, and called someone to come pick them up. And whoever it was came, picked them up. They took her home, and she come back the next day after open, grabbed the car and left. Never come to see me at all anyways, but yeah, it happens the odd time. But we do check around pretty good. But where this lady was parked, I don't know, because we look around and we check everything, you know, all the roads everywhere. So I don't know where she was and where her car was, but she was hidden somewhere that I didn't think of looking. But anyways, so hopefully that answers your question, Bruce. Thanks for sending that in. May 26th. Let's see here. Is her name? Well, I'm just going to read it. Are you going to play any more SnowRunner? I haven't played that for actually quite a while. I'd have to try that one again. It was a pretty good game. They have many new maps and mods. We'll see, I haven't been on, so I wouldn't even know that. So I have to go check her out. Do you have any advice on how to get back into making YouTube videos? Kind of lost interest because my videos hardly get any views anymore. It's such a hard game. Like even my stuff's dropped like so much, like a lot. I'm probably like 80% less views that I used to get back 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, something like that. Probably because I was doing more welding videos and stuff. I can't kind of really do them now, but I tried to change the content, but I guess I didn't go over too well for me, and that's the way I'm sitting now. So I mean, it's hard to keep people interested all the time, I think. You know, if you're doing the same thing all the time, eventually they'd get bored of that and not want to watch. That's why I try to do different things all the time, which hopefully keeps people interested. But I think it's the same thing all across the board. I think everybody's down a bit. So I don't know if there's some new platform people are going on and watching instead of the YouTube. I don't know. But long-time subscriber, love your videos. Keep up the good work. Enclosed is a link to my channel if you want to check it out sometime. So it's if you want to check it out, it's youtube.com/user/Irishman01, all one thing, if you want to check them out. Well, thank you for sending it in, Irishman. Thank you for sending that. And the next one here is from James Ashley. It says, hi Bill, it's James. Have you ever heard of Darwin Grip? It's a handle that go on your weed eater. Oh, cool. Never have. I have one on my weed eater. It helps me a lot. I own a small lawn care business. There are a lot of YouTube videos for this thing. Not sure if you would be able to get one. Okay, so that's, I guess, it there. I don't really know how that attaches, but that looks kind of interesting. The only thing I wouldn't like is if it creates less mobility for my upper arms and stuff. So if, like, I'm thinking, like, you know, if you put a strap around, you got to kind of move your whole body in and out, where I use mine strapless, nothing like strapless, and I just move my arms mostly in and out, and it saves your back from constantly bending and having to twist and stuff. So I guess that's some kind of grip thing. There's a little bit closer view of it. I don't really know about that. I've never seen one before, so that's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Wow. Well, thanks, James, for sending that in. I've never seen that before, but it might be interesting to try that at some point. Is it sort of like the snow shovels that are kind of bent so you don't have to bend over so much? They got a big bend in them kind of thing. Those things are kind of interesting, too. Okay, so next one here, May 28th. It is really nice sitting in here doing this in the air conditioning, let me tell you. It's so hot out there. Oh, so this is a video, or sorry, a picture that I don't know who it is. There's no name on it. sent me from when we did the compression test on the 800, and I lost the picture. Hang on, let's try that again. Huh, doesn't seem to want to load that picture now. Let's see, let's view. Okay, so he's got a picture of the motor of the 800, and you can see he's got a little arrow scribed pointing to that little line. Wondering if that was a crack. That's not a crack. That's actually, I have looked at it now, that is actually a casting mark. It's a casting mark on there. There's some, I don't know if your picture, no, it doesn't really show the other side, but on the very end there's like a little nib too that kind of sticks out that they could have ground off to make it look a little better, but I guess they just fire it on the way it goes. But no, it's actually a casting mark. I did look at that, so very interesting. So thanks for sending that in. That's an interesting question there. So no, that is not a crack, thank goodness. I missed one here. I guess it skipped through. Sometimes my emails just skip to the next one kind of thing. This is from Pry Bar Garage from May 26th. This is, hi Bill, it's David. I sent you the bulldozer mod for FS19 or 17. Sorry. I got a couple of questions. If you could have any dream job in the world, what would it be and why? I want the dream job of being retired and not worrying about money. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Dream job, I don't know. I'd have to try it for a couple weeks to see if I liked it maybe first, but I don't know. I don't know if I'd really have a dream job. I do enjoy what I'm doing, but every job's got its ups and downs and its stress, we'll say. Maybe something more like a heavy equipment, like a excavator driver operator kind of thing, something like that maybe would be all right. I wouldn't mind maybe using the big machines, but anyways, I don't know, a lot more training you need for those things. But question 2, besides John Deere N4, what is your all-time dream tractor? Another question, I've had questions like that where it's, what's your all-time dream car or truck or anything, and I don't really have one, as long as it runs good, doesn't cost you a pile of money, and it's reliable, I guess we'll say. Honestly, I like the Big Bud. It's kind of cool. I've seen a couple. I'm not the big full-size one, I don't believe it was, but I've seen the smaller version of it, and it was still big. But that's just like a huge, ridiculous tractor. I don't know what the point of those really are, other than pulling like 50 bottoms on a plow kind of thing at once. But I mean, do a couple more passes, and then, I don't know, maybe these huge fields it would be good, but I couldn't imagine having to pay to feed that thing. But yeah, I'm not crazy. About it. I guess the only reason I've got the Fords is they're fairly readily available. There's lots of them around. I mean, there's lots of other brands around. You guys have seen all the shows we've been to. There's tons and tons of different ones, but I don't know. I kind of like them, so because they're easy to get parts-ish for. They're sometimes getting expensive for parts now, but anyways, question 3, what would you do if they stopped making Farm Simulator and American Truck Simulator? I guess we wouldn't be playing it anymore. We have to find something else to play. As far as I know, there's a new farm sim coming out, so that'll keep us going for at least another couple of 3 years until hopefully they bring a version out again after that. We'll see what happens. But truck simulator, I don't know, it's still a game. I guess you can't really play that single player though, so if they shut servers down, then you're kind of screwed. That was like that H1Z1 game we used to play. It was basically a server-based game, and they're like, oh, we're not going to support the servers anymore, and they shut things down. That just killed the game. Done. Boom. So, it says, I love your videos. Keep up the good work, and best wishes to you and your family. Been a long-time subscriber since the first farming sim video. Wow, that's a long time ago. Should look that one up again. Wow. Here's a couple of pictures of my Cub Cadet LTX 1045 and my Traxxas Slash. Ooh, I got a couple of them. 2-wheel drive. Yeah, I got a couple of them. all in pieces though. But anyway, so one of them, man, we put a lot of miles on that thing. It was amazing. Enough that I had to replace bearings in the rear ends, and like, wow, like it burnt out bearings. It had so many miles on it. P.S. One of my slash pictures is with the blue 1988 Chevy square body and headlock wheels. Nice. I sent a video of the Chevy body with the light kit. So there's his mower. Oh, Cub Cadet mower. There's another picture. Ooh. There's another picture of the mower. Alright. There's... Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Hang on, I'm new at this. See, I try to open the picture and then all of a sudden they're gone. There's the Kohler motor in the Cub Cadet. There's the Slash. They're good little trucks, I'll tell you. They were fantastic little trucks. Come on, you. And there it is with that the body on it. That's nice. Very nice. Alright, I think we got them all. Yes, we did. Well, thank you, David, for sending that in. Alright, Ethan's got a couple coming up here. How did you get the name BILLSTMAXX on your YouTube channel? And 2, what made you come up with the name? Well, the T-Max part is the remote control car stuff. The Traxxas T-Max. I had one of those from way back, and I thought, oh, this YouTube thing's kind of interesting. We could post some videos, and I posted some videos of running my T-Max around. It wasn't very good camera quality back then, but that's how I come up with the name BILLSTMAXX. So I always thought, oh, maybe I should change it to something else, but then nobody would know it, right? So I just leave it alone. So that's how I come up with it, basically like that, long time ago. So Ethan asks another question here. After you read all the questions for the show, do you delete the emails after the Q&A? Yes, I do, so I don't get them confused. I do delete them after. So right now, boom. Thanks, Ethan. I deleted your email. But thanks for sending that in. It's a good question, actually. All right, May 31st from James. I can't pronounce your last name, so I'm not even going to try. Hi, Bill. I have a question. I have a 9N Ford tractor hydraulic 3-point hitch. Will go up, but it won't come down unless I release the pressure from the drain plug. Wow. That's interesting. That's interesting. Pressure from the drain plug. Any advice would be helpful. Answer as quickly as possible, please. If you can respond to my email or YouTube video. So that's an interesting little problem. I almost think that something's going on inside for sure. Now, if you take the cap off, I presume it's where you fill it up on the top of the case. If you take it off, does it work fine? So it's got no pressure kind of going back and forth. There might be potentially a vent needed to be cleared out on that. I don't know if they actually have a vent or not. I'm sure there must be something. Also, what kind of shape is your oil in? That could be a problem. And if it goes up fine, it shouldn't be low on oil. You might have a bunch of crud inside that pump. And I'll tell you what. Look up some videos on YouTube about 9N or 2N. They're all pretty much the same. Hydraulic pump rebuild. Holy cow. There's a lot of bits and pieces and parts in there for the time. That was pretty amazing what they put in these tractors, but that could be something to do with it all gummed up in there, and there's a bunch of crud sitting in there. It's maybe not getting out, but boy, that's a hard thing to kind of diagnose just from an email without actually looking at it and seeing what the fluid's like in it, and maybe, I mean, you could have a problem in that pump. You could have a problem in the piston, you know, that fills up and then lifts everything up. Boy, there could be something broken inside. There's a lot of things that could be going on there. It's really hard to say. So try it though with the cap off. If it works fine with it off, it's probably a venting issue. You might have to figure out how to get some, you know, venting going on there, although it shouldn't make a difference because there's enough air cavity in there. It should be able to take, I mean, the piston's not that big. They're only, you know, like this, by it only fills up like this much. It doesn't really move a whole lot, so that's really interesting. The only other thing I could think of is there's something wrong with the pump or something wrong with that piston that's hanging up, or something's going on there. So geez, let me know if you find out anything, because that's quite a job getting that pump out of there too. Anyways, thanks James for sending in. Good luck with that. So May 31st, this is from, well, I don't see name again, but anyways, hey Bill, I've been watching your farm sim videos, and they do have a self-propelled silage truck. Yes, they do. We found that last week, so thank you, thank you, thank you. Self-propelled silage truck thingy in the game for FS19. It is the motorized vehicles under animals. Yes, I did find it. It actually was the icon right on the buy screen thing here. I'm like, oh, how did I miss that? Also, if you really want to see more of the big buds, go check out Welker Farms YouTube channel. They have 2 of them on their farm, and they use them too. Also, a big brute sprayer as well. Wow, that's major farming. Holy cow! They did a restoration on one of the big buds. That would cost a fortune, wouldn't it? Holy cow! And have it in their playlist if you care to sit and watch them when you have time, that is. Keep the videos coming. I am liking the Rust game videos too. Have a great day. And there's no name, so thank you, no name, for sending that in. I'll check out those big buds though. I like the big buds. Okay, next one here, May 31st from Evan. Hello Bill, so if you ever the John Deere 110 TLB, oh, I think he means to trade it, go up for sale, what would you do? After all, it's a YouTube famous backhoe. Well, he is a little bit, isn't he? Would you try to buy it from the graveyard? Depends if something major expensive went wrong with it. I probably wouldn't buy it, but you know, if they finally say, oh well, there's too many hours on it, let's just change it, I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll give you $5 grand for it. And that's probably all I'd offer them, because I was wanting to trade that in 5 or so years ago, maybe now. And they flat out said, no, we're not doing that. I'm like, okay, well, you know what? So stuff's going to start costing money on this. Stuff starts breaking down. You need a pump for it. You know, there's going to be a lot of money have to be spent here. And now we've got that problem with the PTO brake buried right inside of that housing in the transmission there. It's buried right in there. So my shaft kind of keeps turning all the time now, right? It's supposed to have a brake there that's supposed to stop that. Well, I guess I haven't used the PTO much, so when I went to use it, oh, that started spinning, but the brake didn't let go, and it just melted whatever brake discs or whatever was in there, and it just, I don't know, once the hydraulic oil warms up a whole bunch, it slows down to pretty much a crawl. You can actually grab it and stop it. It's not like it's under load or under power, but it's, yeah, when it's cold, it's spinning. So I'm like, oh wow, that's going to cost probably a pile to get that fixed now, you know. So it's like, oh, okay, we got an old tractor, old machine here. How much do you want to spend on this? Where, you know, you could spend that money, you could spend that, say, 20 grand on a new machine too, right? Put it into that. But anyways, it's not my decision, so just keep her going, bud. Just keep her going. So I might buy it. I don't know. Hard to say. I don't really know what I would need it for. Be a good little backup maybe, but I mean, I don't really have a big enough trailer technically to haul that thing around anywhere to do jobs for people, we'll say. So you'd have to probably buy the tractor, and you have to buy all the attachments. So we've got that big snowblower that goes in the front of it too, and I mean, that was pretty expensive when they got that. The buckets and stuff I built, you know, so maybe that would offset the cost of buying the snowblower part for it, but I don't know. But I don't know. I have to wait and see if there's anything major wrong with it. Out you go. Can't afford you. Because parts now are John Deere. Wow. Oh my goodness, they're expensive. Anyways, we all hope that you would try to keep it after it's decommissioned. Well, yeah, like I say, I'd have to see what happens, what's going on with it. But thanks, Evan, for sending that. That's actually a really good question too. All right, it looks like we got a couple left here. June 3rd, and we're getting up to where we are now. Next one's from Austin. How do you join your server in Rust? I have the game on PlayStation 4. I don't know if they're interchangeable, honestly. Oh, my beak is driving me nuts tonight. I don't know if they're interchangeable between PC and PlayStation stuff. I kind of don't think so. They might be a separate thing to join. I don't know. You'd have to look into that, do a Google search on it or something, because I don't have a PlayStation. Never tried to do that part of it. So, but let me know if you find out, Austin. Come play with us. But if it doesn't, you know, work together, then it's not going to work. So, all right, last one for today, June 4th, from Grant Elliott. Hey Bill, thank you for showing that video some time ago on cremation. Well, that wasn't actually my video. I got that from somewhere else. I think I just reposted it on my channel because it's what I don't do the cremations here, but I deal with them after kind of thing. So when I first seen him, like, whoa, I didn't know that's really what happened. But anyways, really put my mind to rest. I'll tell you why. That is said that is sad news. About almost 8 months ago now, my mom passed away. Oh, that's sad. Been there too. Passed away on October 20th, 2020. We had her cremated. It was a lot cheaper. I've been trying to get on with my life. All of your videos do help. Do help. You're like a friend to me. Oh, I see. Okay. Do help. You're like a friend to me. Wait a minute, I lost my spot. In the videos, enjoy watching your videos. My name is Edward Grant Elliott. I live here in Reedsport, Oregon. I think I said that right. On the coast of Oregon. Can I ask you something seriously? I know you work at a cemetery. Do weird, crazy things happen there at night, like ghosts? There's a video on my channel if you look it up. Something, I can't remember what it was titled. Something about weird things in the cemetery kind of thing. Do you ever get scared at night if you're down at the cemetery at night? So it's not the ones below the ground you got to worry about. It's, ooh, lost my email. It's all the weird things that are above the ground that you got to worry about. Like the coyotes. Apparently we don't have cougars here, but there is cougars here. I've never seen one, but I've heard them before. And I did see one way off the distance. It was like a really big lion-looking thing, and it was kind of scary. But anyways, I've heard them screech here before, and it's like, whoa, what the heck was that? It's the cougar. We have black bears here too, actually. All of a sudden, we've got quite a few sightings in the last couple of years here of black bears too. So it's the things, like I say, the ones that are underground, you don't need to worry about them. They're not going to hurt you now. It's the ones above the ground, the things above the ground, and the people above the ground you got to worry about. Really, you know, it's not so much under the ground. A lot of people think, oh, that's a cemetery, it's so scary, there must be zombies walking. You've watched too many movies there, bud. Sorry. It doesn't happen like that. So, I had a really weird one, though. I shouldn't probably talk about it, but basically the lady said, oh, my husband, please don't bury him too deep. He's going to come back and lead the zombie apocalypse. I'm like, yeah. Okay. So he went down a little deeper. Anyways, shouldn't really talk about that. But he was right into full zombie survivalists and all this stuff, and he wanted to be a zombie, and oh my goodness, wow. Anyways, no, there's a video on my channel, though. I've had a couple of sort of weird things, but it's probably just my mind working against me kind of thing. But anyways, I don't usually get scared at it because I take some sort of rifle down for the things above the ground, we'll say. But anyways, that's sad to hear about your mom. I've been there too. We lost my mom, when was that now? January 2019, I think it was. Yeah, somewhere around there. I've sort of tried to move on from that too, right? So, same thing. Oh, man. But anyways. So, thank you, Edward, for sending that in. And that is it. Hooray, 0 inbox. Woo! Anyways, that's it for question and answer number 24 today. 24. Next one is the big 2-5. So if you got any questions for me, or like I say, pictures, like we've seen some pictures today, if you got any pictures you want to send or projects you're working on kind of thing, send them in and we'll put them on the show. But that's it for today. Thanks again for watching. We'll catch you all later. The email's in the description thingy if you want to email me a question. You guys have a good day and we'll catch you all later.